calling the show. We got another caller. Thank you, sir. Also, I want to tell these people about this biblical marriage. They believe in traditional biblical marriage. I just want to give you a full little nugget for our next break. Stop using the Bible to justify your biases and your prejudice. Because in the beginning, we had the nuclear family, man and woman, Adam and Eve. We don't know. Moses left something out in the book. So he wrote the first 4 books of the Bible. He left something out because, they said God took the rib out of man and made woman. So Adam was pregnant. And all of a sudden, a woman came out of Adam, out of his side, or wherever it came from. I don't know what a woman came from. I don't know if he's a little woman or a big woman. But nevertheless, when a woman came out, bam, they got married. So Moses messed up somewhere. I don't know what he messed up and left out, but they were married. We don't know who married them. We don't know what was the concept of their marriage, but they got married. But also during that time, they got married? Well, that's what Moses put in there. I don't know. But also they said that a bride had to prove her virginity. If she couldn't prove her virginity, she was stoned to death during that time. Then also during that time.
So you mean tell me these thoughts supposed to be killed?
Ooh. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Also, we had concubines during that time. Abraham had 2 concubines. Solomon had 300 concubines. And a concubine is the woman on the side, and the wife knew about the woman, the mistress. So that was traditional marriage. Then also you had man, he was acquiring his slaves during marriage. So a man had property plus his wife. That was traditional marriage. Then you also had polygamy. You had people who were married. Esau was married 3 times. Jacob was married 2 times. You had Gideon had many wives. David had many wives. So, and then you had the man marrying the brother's widow. And if the widow, if she didn't bear a son, she was required to marry her brother-in-law and submit to him sexually and have a son. Then you had the rapist over in Deuteronomy. If a man raped a woman, the virgin who was raped, she had to be a virgin, and remember now, the virgin had to marry the man who raped her. And if he didn't want her, then he just kicked her to the side.
So he didn't have to go to jail?
No, that's traditional marriage.
Let all rapists go then.
That's traditional marriage.
Because these people saying they believe in the Bible, right?
Then you had the slave owners could assign female slaves to the male slaves and make them have children. And that was traditional marriage.
They would take them.
And they would take them away. So be careful talking about you believe in traditional marriage because you really don't know what you're talking about because traditional marriage is something totally different than what you're saying you believe in. But we got to take a break. This is our last break. And this is the Unleashed Voice. And we tackling this marriage equality thing. And if you want something, call in at 901-260-5926. Again, it's 901-260-5926. This is the Unleashed Voice for the LGBTQ community.
I'm sick of y'all pastors lying to y'all.
How are you, Corey? All right, I got your outreach on hold.
Okay.
So it's bookmark. It's ready to go.
That's your son? Mm-hmm. Can you hear it in here?
Yeah. What's that? Barry Legend?
Can you turn the monitor up?
Barry Legend? Mm-hmm. They don't know nothing about that.
He said, Allahu Akbar. I told him don't curse me. But boy, in prayer, I guess it couldn't hurt me. If it brings me to my knees, it's a bad religion.
And y'all trying to put that thing somewhere that stands up like this?
Yeah.
It stands up like this and y'all trying to sit it on something?
Yeah.
Woo, y'all special. Them shirts and them shoes. Them shirts. That thing tall as you.
It's tall as still goes more.
Well, we live in the house. Turn your radio on AM 990. Call your friends. It's the Unleashed Voice.
Look at Robin and Eddie with them shirts on. They matching today.
That's the truth. How do your pastors lying to you? They're telling you about the Bible, this and the Bible, they lying to you. We're trying to help y'all out.
You got a hoop.
6062. That's 662-536-6062. Tell them that the Unleashed Voice sent you.
All right. We got
Join the Cathedral Praise Church of Memphis Incorporated each Sunday at 12:30 p.m. for our.
You know who I thought that was? I thought you was gonna play
each Wednesday at 6:30.
Vesper Williams.
Oh.
Y'all should have played Congratulations by Vista Williams.
Huh?
Congratulations.
Okay.
No, not today. That would have
We can do
really.
today too.
That would have set it off. I would have been like, oh.
You miss Richard?
No, no.
Okay. All right.
Then I'd be crying.
Go get tested
Oh,
for
okay.
HIV/AIDS because HIV/AIDS has become the third leading
What
cause.
we on? Homophobia still. Okay.
All right. 15 seconds.
Check. Yes, sir.
More surprising is the fact that this
Hey,
disease has
just
become
give me about the algorithm when
death
Okay.
in American
I'll follow
women
it.
between the ages of 25 and 34. The spread of HIV/AIDS is the single greatest health crisis currently confronting African Americans.
Did you miss our first empowerment workshop? Well, Monday, July 27th is your chance to come and be educated, empowered, and enriched. We'll be empowering the LGBTQ community from 6 to 8 p.m. at 2 Vance Avenue, downtown Memphis. Come on out. The same is lame. Well, guess what? I'm here to save you from the same old thing. Sean Campbell Clemens' boutique of customized kicks and other items can be found on Facebook and Instagram at that1QDimple. Call her today at 265-5861. You bring it and she'll bling it. Pamper Me Nail Salon is located inside the W Salon at 1692 Madison. The nail diva Kimberly Brent should be your premier choice for natural nail care and superb maintenance on your hands and feet. Give her a call today at 314-4100 to book your appointment.
We're back on the Unleashed Voice where we got to keep one eye open because if you got some good stuff, you got to keep your eyes open. This is the Unleashed Voice for the LGBTQ community, where our core values are, core principles are education, enrichment, and empowerment. And we are having a empowerment session workshop on July the 27th, 2015 from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We're going to dive into this marriage equality piece. We're going to talk about discovering who you really are. And we're going to serve dinner and serve some water and tea. And this is going to be free, but donations are accepted. This is a non-profit event, and we're going to try to educate and help our community do what we're called to do. So that's going to be from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on July the 27th at 2 Vans. There'll be more information on our website in the upcoming week. You need to register as well. Our website is www.relationshipunleashed.com. We will have the registration up midweek this week, so just stay tuned for that also. And also, if you want to be a sponsor or donate to our show, check our website up or hit myself and my mother up. We're looking for more sponsors, donation, because now is the time to put our resources and our monies together to make this thing work, because they don't want you. They tolerate you. They don't accept you. And now is the time to stop letting people tolerate you. That means in your family and within the community. If your family don't want you, to the hell with them. If the people in the community don't want you, stop going to the stores, quit patronizing them. Put your resources and your money together, and let's band together and make this thing work.
Stop going to their churches, too.
Stop going to those churches. Tell Pharaoh, let you go.
And we are a 501c3 non-profit organization, so any donation that you submit to us can be and you are allowed to file on your taxes, tax deductible.
She was drinking in the car. Lord have mercy. We were talking about homophobia in the black church, and I think Pastor Gooch was talking, but the black church has not dealt with homophobia yet. The black church has, you can cut it off, John. The black church has ignored homophobia. Ever since the inception or the beginning of church, you have always known who are the gay individuals in your church.
Yes, the big pink elephant.
Okay, the big pink elephant in the room. Now, you had some guys who were on the DL or whatever you want to call it, but you knew the individual who's a little effeminate in the church, and you ignored it. The preachers and the pastors exploited them for their talents, for their monies, and they ignored it. The black church, I'm a part of the black church, is guilty for not dealing with homophobia in the church. So until we deal with this thing, faith, politics, and the fear that we have, it'll never work.
Well, because what they want to do is go to church between 11 and 1, and everybody's holy.
Sure, I almost cussed. Ooh, I almost cussed.
Everybody holy, holier than thou. They don't do nothing wrong. They have their proper on. I mean, everything, etiquette, church etiquette down to a science. But as soon as they leave, they twerking.
Not even on Jack.
And grind and Christian meat.
What you doing?
Yes.
My goodness.
But come on in, doctor.
Last week, we had the privilege of listening to Dr. Lawrence Carter Sr. at Morehouse.
Okay.
The dean at Morehouse. And we was talking, engaging theologically with some of the leaders. We was talking about prophetic preaching as pastoral theology, pedagogy, and praxis. And one of the things that came up that Dr. Carter had made mention, I think someone had said something about how prophetic preaching brings truth to power. And in essence, what he counter-argued was that it brings power to truth. And when he said that, I had an aha moment, an epiphany. And I was thinking about the Bible and how the Bible is authoritative. And in that the Bible is authoritative, we must raise questions as it relates to how the Bible is authority even to us. Mm-hmm. And also, what does that authority look like for those who believe in God? And even for the LGBTQ community, we must understand that LGBTQ community also believes in God. Mm-hmm. So if we believe in God, then we must take this word and bring power to its truth and walk in our truth. A lot of individuals are ashamed to be who they are ashamed to love who they adore, are ashamed to basically, walk in their calling, fearing that they will be discriminated against, ostracized. But I think we are called to stand up and to speak like Jesus spoke as it relates to ministry, and his ministry was a call to justice. And I think that every church, if you're a Christian and you believe what the Bible says as it relates to Christians, because Christianity means that we're followers of Christ. So if we're followers of Christ, then why are we taking Christ's teaching in vain and using it to hurt individuals as well as to dehumanize them and to make them feel ostracized and rejected? That's not what Jesus did. He even, the Bible tells us that Jesus even welcomed the Gentiles. And we know that in reading and understanding the Gentiles were the total opposite of the Jews.
They do that because of cultural traditions and not biblical traditions. They think they know the biblical traditions, but they really don't, because the Bible, once again, does not speak against homosexuality. Those scriptures are so complicated. And if you don't know how to exegete, do your homiletical research, interpret the right way, you will not understand those scriptures. You cannot read those scriptures for face value, because the Bible does not really condemn same gender loving relationships, marriages, or homosexuality. It does not. And stop using it blaming it on the Bible, your biases and traditions.
Well, Martin Luther King said, nothing in this world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance.
And you are absolutely correct.
And that's exactly what we have, because what people repeat what they're taught.
Mm-hmm.
And my argument for anybody that wants to stand up and say that homosexuality is a sin and I don't believe in it, and this is what I challenge them on, because you ask them where they get it from and what's their position, and they always gonna say the Bible. But how committed are you to the Bible? Because I can look at you right now and count out 7 sins.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right now, I can count them out. And you can't pick and choose scripture that you want to use and beat people up with. Even the clergy leaders that stand there, the ones that was on the radio today. And I was very disappointed that 95.7 used their platform like that to Bible beat and Bible bash people, because it's supposed to be a Christian radio, and they must have forgot that a lot of gay Christians listen to 95.7.
Yeah, well, how about the gay Christians make all the music on 95.7?
Right.
Did I just say that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So while they jamming, they also playing the gay music.
Yeah.
So take the gay music out your rotation.
And that's my issue.
They can't, because they don't know which ones are.
They do.
Actually, they get blessed by gay people. They run around the house shouting, "Oh, that's my song!"
But they did not know how anointed gay Christians are.
Exactly.
You know, and that's the crazy part. We hold these stereotypes and these biases, and we display our bigotry, and we don't know who God is using at that particular moment to bless us and to empower us.
Those dollars, gay dollars, are coming into that radio station, paying their salaries.